All right, welcome to an NABC chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Brad Underwood from Illinois. And Brad, we have talked before about navigating through a pandemic. Now you've had to navigate through a pandemic and multiple injuries. How has this season tested you?
Yeah, in a lot of ways. One, I'm not a guy that has a ton of patience anyway, and it's really put that in, it's really challenged that. I think that it's kind of deadened me a little bit to the process of talking with trainers and doctors, and it's really just forced me to coach the guys we have and not get, and I say too concerned, but I can't worry about the guys we don't. I've got to focus, and I've tried very hard, Andy, to focus on the guys we do have, so I want them to feel like I'm giving them the best opportunity. And I'm not an excuse guy. We're not going to make excuses because we lost this or we didn't have this. And so I've tried to really be focused on the guys that are in practice every day and figure out how to best give them the opportunity to be successful.
But how have you been able to really, and I know coaches have had to do this before when a certain guy gets eligible, like in December, but you've had to coach like multiple teams with Andre Cabello, without Kofi, without, and these aren't just rotation guys. These are two guys that you planned around, both offensively and defensively. How have you been able to manage those kind of lineups?
Yeah, it hasn't been easy. It's been really hard, and you've got two guys who are in most cases preseason All-League guys and All-Americans, and you plan around those guys on both sides of the court. And in Cabello's situation, obviously it's been months. His situation first happened in an exhibition game, and then Kofi faced the NCAA suspension. So those guys have been on the court together so little that it's been challenging when that was what you set forth once the school year started. But even when Cabello came back in the Purdue game, Kofi gets in foul trouble. They actually spent a minute and a half on the court together. So it's been challenging. I think it's a tribute to DeMonte Williams, guys like that who've played multiple positions. Trent Frazier has emerged as one of the elite guards in America. It's kind of been sink or swim, and it's next man up mentality. And I feel great about the development of some of our guys. And, we've Austin Hutcherson was a big part of what we were planning. He's been out for the year with a sports hernia and that surgery. So it's just been, it's been a challenge. We've had multiple games this year where Trent was out early for a little bit, Bello and Austin. Those are all three guys that are primary ball handlers for us.
The other thing that I thought you've experienced very well is you're a perfect example to look at both the portal, the success, and the super senior, because Trent Frazier's had a phenomenal season as a super senior. So sort of a second, 2.0 as a college student. And then Alfonso Plummer, who was not hyped as much as one of the transfers in the portal, has been phenomenal for you, especially in light of the injuries. So, I'm curious your opinion before super senior transfer portal and what it is now, because clearly you've benefited from both.
Well, I wasn't sure I was for the super seniors. We ended up playing 31 games last year. And I know that the business side of that is a lot of revenue, a lot of dollars to bring those guys back. And yet you're ecstatic when you get two culture guys that are DeMonte Williams and Trent that come back. They're everything our program's been about. So to see both of those guys have tremendous success, man, that's joy. That's unbelievable feeling. We set out last year. We knew we had to get better shooting. I thought that was one of the things we could do to make up for the loss of Ayo Dosunmu. And, Ayo wasn't a volume 3-point shooter, but he was a great scorer. He was a great layup maker. we weren't going to go find that. And yet with Curbelo and Kofi, space was one of the most important things we could provide. And I wanted to shoot more threes. And Plummer was the best guy out there, in my opinion. And then I found out how hard he works, the character piece, and it's just been a home run. And to his credit, he is fit right in. He's jumped in with both feet and tried to be a part of winning and everything we do here.
All right, last thing, Brad, what's your advice to coaches when you have a team that certainly can compete for a championship, of how you manage late February practices?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. I think first of all, every team's different. I think that we're in a different place than we were a year ago. A year ago we had Christmas break, we had 2-a-days, we had those grind sessions to get us really toughened up, and I think we stayed fresh. We continue that piece of it's very important for us. This year it could be a little different. We've been without guys for a little bit. How is their conditioning? Are they fresh? Are they in elite condition, to withstand a Thursday, Saturday run, on a weekend? So I think I will approach it a little differently maybe than I did last year. But I think it's all about the mental as much as the physical, keeping guys hungry, keeping guys, playing for something that is bigger than the next game. They've got to see beyond that. And we talk a lot about that once we get into February.
Brad, I appreciate it. Stay healthy, and I know we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.